So I just left the store and I spent $130 on groceries. And I'm coming to realize this new generation is cooked because the world is barely livable anymore. I spent $130 on buying maybe 5 or 6 items. And this food is probably only gonna last me like 3 or 4 days for $130. So that being said, I think this new generation is cooked, especially because the older generation had a lot of opportunities getting their homes, buying homes were a lot more affordable back in the day. And housing prices have pretty much skyrocketed. So the older generation has an opportunity to sell off their homes at like a very good valuation. And not that it's gonna make them rich, but if you're already 40, 50, 60, have a home that's appreciated 2 or 3 times the amount, if not more, than what you got it at, you're in a position where you're gonna be sitting on a shit ton of money when, you're ready to retire. So this guy is a fucking retard. Holy. So what that tells me is this new generation is cooked because it's not gonna be affordable to live unless you have some sort of side hustle or you work for like a very good company that might be commission based and like you're a killer sales rep or something like that, because 100,000 is not livable on. And especially when you're gonna start raising kids and you have to start buying diapers and shit, and then the inflation on diapers and all that stuff is gonna skyrocket. Like, it just doesn't make sense and it doesn't make it livable. So right now, if you're under the age of I even wanna say 35 and you don't have a decent paying job, or you don't have a decent side hustle that can put a decent amount of money in your pocket, or you don't own a home or whatever it is, you're pretty much cooked unless you start a business, in my opinion. I don't know what kind of life you guys want to live. I don't know if you guys want to be living paycheck to paycheck or whatever you want it to look like, but you can forget that once a year family vacation. You could forget, all these trips that you're taking here and there. Taxes are through the roof. You're in a position where, bro, you've got to figure it out right now, especially if you're young, because it's not going to get easier. Fuck, bro. Especially if you're young, bro, you're going to have to figure it out because times are only going to get harder. Times are only going to get rougher, and it's not going to get easier. Things are only going to get more and more expensive, and these jobs are not going to be paying us more and more money in order to be able to support ourselves. So you're going to have to dig deep within your pockets and figure out where you're going to put some money aside, invest some money, and figure out what kind of risks you're going to be willing to take at a young age to potentially put yourself in a situation that might be more livable for yourself in the future. Like, your family depends on it, and you don't realize it because there's a lot of priorities that you have now that don't take into account your future responsibilities. In the future, you're gonna have to be paying either rent or a mortgage. You're gonna have to get a car. Like, are you gonna take public transportation forever? You're gonna have your parents driving you around forever? Probably not. If you already have those things, then sure, you're one step ahead, but it's not gonna get any cheaper. So now you have to ask yourself, what are things in life that you want? Do you just wanna live your life based on necessities and only be able to afford your necessities? Or do you actually wanna be able to have the time to enjoy life? Life, we're not put on this earth just to work. What kind of enjoyment does that bring to life? Literally nothing. So ask yourselves this question, and then ask yourselves what you're gonna do about it. Like, you have to have that sense of urgency, because that sense of urgency is essentially what's gonna kick you in the ass and allow you to get up and put your foot down and decide to start that business, build that website, sell those products that you have, run those social media pages, whatever it is. Go do your cold calls, start selling web development services, whatever it is. Like, you guys have to have that sense of urgency. Like, I'm spending $130 at the store for like 3 or 4 days worth of food. I might spend like $1,000 a month on groceries. I still have my mortgage to pay. I still gotta pay my electricity bill, my water bill, and all these things. This stuff is barely livable. The average person doesn't even make $5,000 to $6,000 a month after taxes and everything. After all expenses, most people aren't even left with $1,000 a month. So you knowing this and you being in an opportunity, you being in a position, having an opportunity to look at it and get up and decide, damn, I can make a difference right now that will affect my future. You should take advantage of that. I was having a conversation the other day and I was basically just telling bro, I'm like, yo, right now you're good, but you don't want to end up in a position where you have to get back up and, go find another 9-to-5 job, because there's a lot of spaces in life right now where you and myself included could look at the situation and be like, damn, if I wasn't doing this, if I wasn't wasting this time that I have now, I wouldn't have had to go back and get a job. You don't want to be in that position where you're like, damn, I had to get a job because when I had the free time, I didn't take advantage of it and I just decided to sit down and do nothing about it. So think about your situation right now. How much free time do you actually have? And What are you doing with that free time that's putting you in a position that's closer to your goals, closer to your objectives, but not only closer to your objectives, but closer to you being able to support the basic or average necessities? You're in trouble, bro, if you can't figure out how to support yourself based on the average necessities of a human being. We have necessities. The average person cannot even support their own necessities. So you knowing that, it's not even a matter of what you want in life for yourself anymore. It's a matter of what you need to be able to live. You might not have that burden on your shoulders right now, and that responsibility or that worry to take care of right now, but it's gonna come at some point in time. And you knowing it's gonna come at some point in time, what are you gonna do about it right now that's gonna affect you tomorrow and affect you the next day and affect you in a year from now? If you have to get up in a year from now and go to work and work that 9 to 5 to pay off your car, to go pay your food, to go pay your bills, to go pay your mortgage, your rent, whatever it is, you're gonna regret not taking advantage of the time you have right now while you're sitting in bed watching this video and not doing something about it. And you guys hear me telling you this. You guys hear me preaching this on a day-to-day basis. I want to take you guys out of the situation that you're in right now and at least figure out how I can help better or improve your situation or knock some sense into you to do something productive in your life, to be in a better position in the future, because a lot of people will know that they have to get up and do it, procrastinate. You guys know that. You guys know what type of situation you're in right now. You guys know what you want for yourself, what you need for yourself, but you're not going to get up and do the necessity or the necessary to be able to do what you need to do for yourself. Do you guys not care about yourself more than that? That's what I'm asking you. Because I see a lot of those posts on Instagram about, oh, I want to be a millionaire, I want to drive this car, I want to have this car, I want to have this car, but no work's being put in behind it. No type of urgency is being put behind it. Oh, I'm young, I have the time to be able to do it. The time goes away. Like, if I could go back and be 18, 19 again and have all that time, I did waste a lot of time. I did spend a lot of time grinding too, but there was always more time that I could have taken advantage of. There was always more time that I could have taken advantage of, even to this day. I laid in bed this morning for a while. I'm under the weather, but still picked up the camera. It's not an excuse for me to do nothing. It's not an excuse for me to do nothing. I'm feeling under the weather, and I wish I did get up early, and I did record early, and I did go to the gym. But I'm trying to do the necessary today. And I be in those positions too, and I know, and I can look at it and observe and be like, fuck, I missed out here. And I'm gonna get it back, and I'm gonna figure out how to make up for it. The only thing you could do is make up for the time lost. And it's hard to do because you can't get that time back. So you have to figure out what sacrifices you need to make in order to bring that time back. You're gonna have to skip that dinner on Saturday, or skip that dinner on Sunday that you were planning on going out to, skip the club that day that you were planning on going out to because you decided to lay in bed too long. Or you went to the club last week and the week before. You're gonna have to just stop doing it because you wasted that time that you spent in the club, the money that you spent in the club on bottles or whatever it is. You're gonna have to figure out where you could pick up. You might have to sacrifice enjoying time with your friends and family on a regular basis because of that. So that being said, man, you guys have to have some sense of urgency in life, because I'm telling you, I'm spending $131 on groceries to last me 3 days. And that over the course of a month just for myself will add up to like $700-800 maybe. I'd say, but I probably spend about $200 to $250 a week just buying food or whatever it is. And you knowing that, think about it when you have kids, you have a wife you got to take care of, you got 2-3 kids, and you're spending, look, I'm spending almost $1,000 a month on just food for myself. So imagine how much money I'd be spending if I had 3-4 other people to support. And then you also have to pay for your mortgage, your gas, car, insurance, whatever it is. It's not livable. So have that urgency right now and just put yourself in a position where you're not going to have to worry about that shit. That's all you guys can do right now. So if you guys have reached this point in the video, I appreciate y'all. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys are struggling with, what your situation is like. And I'm going to be able to get back to you guys with a response video. And aside from that, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.